coming to you live from the studios of 100.9 FM WCHQ and WCHQFM.com. This is In the Studio with your host, Gavin Castor. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to In the Studio. I'm Gavin Castor, your host, and I've been looking forward to this show all year long. I'm probably your biggest fan. Frontier from London, Kentucky, and you're about to find out why. Why don't we open up one of your killer songs, guys?
For me, you know it's true, and one of these days you'll see. I can't help but feel like I'm being used, 'cause everything I get from you I lose. But if you want me and if you love me like I know you could, you could have me and you'd be happy like I would. You know you should, because I like you the way that you are, and I can't get enough of you. I like you the way that you are. Now tell me it's the same for you. I can't stand when you want to quit. Your time away has never been well spent. I can tell that this is going to end if you turn your back on me again. But if you want me and if you love me like I know you could, you could have me and you'd be happy like I would. You know you should, because I like you the way that you are. Yes, I like you just the way that you are. Like you the way that you are. Now tell me it's the same for you. Like you the way that you are, and I can't get enough of you. I like you the way that you are. Now tell me it's the same for you. I like you the way that you are. Yes, I like you just the way that you are. Like you the way that you are. Now tell me it's the
100.9 WCHQ Louisville. Frontier live in the studio. Sounding great, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's what do you call yourselves? Because I want to say Southern rock because I grew up in the 70s.
Mhm.
And, of course, your bio on your beautiful website, by the way, says that you draw inspiration from that 70s sound.
Yeah.
And not quite country. Of course, a lot of country now could be qualified as rock.
Yeah.
They really blurred the lines. But country to me is a term for me personally, I try to avoid.
I think. Go ahead.
You got it.
I think country music is a lot too about the subject matter that you're singing about. You know.
Yeah.
And I don't think we sing in a country style so
Right.
much as we call it harmony driven rock.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's more about the song itself, the content, the guitar, the performance, guitar solos, and so forth, and of course the harmonies. Yeah.
I think too we've kind of fallen victim to that like blurred line genre thing.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause, I mean, we never really necessarily know what we are, and I guess the listeners like you decide. Like I don't know that I've
Yeah.
heard Southern rock, but I don't. That's certainly
Yeah.
not wrong. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In the if you think in terms of Marshall Tucker Band,
Yeah,
Charlie
For
Daniels,
sure. Yeah.
and it was rock. I try to avoid Skinnerd, but
That too. Yeah.
or Eagles.
Yeah. We love the Eagles.
Yeah, and it shows. And I love the phrase on your website, the blood harmonies, and it's true. And listeners, the reason why I'd say that, of course, let's introduce the band. You got Andrew Worley, Ethan Worley, brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and Caleb Caudell on bass, cousin, and we got John Watts.
John
Yes, I
Watts.
got it. John Watts on
We
drums.
just picked him up on the side of the road. He's not
Yeah.
related. He's a fantastic drummer from Simpsonville, Kentucky.
He really is.
Yeah.
You bring home that rock beat. So it sounds really good. You make our little drum kit sound really good. But yeah, Vince Gill, I heard an interview with him. Good grief, it was a long time ago, but he had cut an album with his daughter, and he made the statement that there is nothing like blood harmonies. You can hear the blood in the harmonies when he and his daughter are singing together, and I really hear it with you guys. It's great stuff.
We try not to bleed when we sing, but I guess that does happen sometimes.
Yeah. That's awesome. We'll get into some of your writing processes, too. If you want to, go ahead and play us another tune, and then we'll get in a little bit deeper.
All right, this next song we have for you is an original from our new album. The album's called This Dream, but this song's called Body and Soul.
Trying hard to find the door. It's been so long since I felt this way before. And now my mind is turning. My thoughts are burning to be free. I know I shouldn't feel this way. And times are good and the bad ones fade away. But still I'm stuck here stranded, upended by the blues. Wanted you, oh, body and soul. Oh, oh, body and soul. days inside your eyes. Well, now it seems that there's nothing I can hide. I'm torn open, and I'm hoping that's alright. Still, you got me here this way. Your times are good and the bad ones fade away. But still I'm stuck here stranded, upper-handed by the blues. Loving you, oh, body and soul. Oh, body and soul.
Frontier live in the studio here on 100.9 WCHQ Louisville. And John, yeah, great drumming, man. You really add a lot of passion, a lot of drive to the band, and sounded great. And I was hoping we could really get us 2 tunes in, so the listeners can understand why I've been looking forward to this reunion. I say reunion. I had you guys on Beyond the Music last year. And that was great, but our studio setup at the time, we could only have the 2 acoustics, and Caleb brought the fretless bass, which sounded amazing. But
Yeah.
this setup here, this is Frontier. This is, the electrics, and we're so thrilled to be able to have you guys here and really bring out your real sound.
It's cool to do it in this order, too. I want to say this first.
Yeah.
Just because that's how we started. We were in
Yeah.
corners of yogurt shops as an acoustic trio, and then we've moved up to this grand electric thing.
Yeah.
So,
And playing arenas,
from time to time,
Yeah. Don't be shy. Yeah. Yeah, I posted your tour schedule and your website, frontier dash the not dash hyphen. That's what I say. Frontier-theband.com, because there's a lot of frontiers out there.
Yeah.
But,
They named an airline after us and a truck and
I
everything.
know. You guys are famous.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you go on the international tour, you come in on your jet, Frontier jet,
Yeah.
get into
Ship's
your
already lined
Frontier
up.
truck. Yeah.
It's set up, man. Just give me the call.
Yeah, but this is, and again, your albums were mixed, and I need to do a little more research. Go ahead and tell us where you've done your recording from, because your CDs sound amazing.
Thank you. The first one we did with a fella named Randy Hayes, and he was the original guitar player with Keith Whitley.
Yeah.
And our most latest one is called This Dream, was done with a fellow named Jeff Powell. And he's mixed live sound and studio sound for countless names, multi-platinum producer, and it was so nice of him. He had married a local girl, and whenever they got married, he got done touring for a little bit, and then he decided that he was going to take a little break, then move back to her hometown. And once you're in the music, you have
It's
the
in your
itch.
blood, yeah.
And you can't get rid of it, and I've always heard that, and so I haven't tried to quit.
Don't try to quit.
Yeah. But he took a break, and then the fever, the itch came back.
Yeah.
And so he opened up a studio, and we took some songs that we had, some rough mixes that we just recorded at home, and showed it to him and said, hey, we've got this idea for an album. Would you be willing to work with us? And he said, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's really neat to see him work and to work alongside some really amazing people
Yeah.
to make it possible.
Yeah. And it really does take a team. You know,
Yes.
one person can't do it on their own. It takes a team. And that's Ethan Worley, the tenor of the band. And we got Andrew, who's the baritone, and Caleb is the other tenor of the band. But so you guys started playing as a trio in Yogurt Shop in London, Kentucky.
Yes.
Our first show was at Daddy-O's Frozen Yogurt
Yeah.
in London, Kentucky. We played like a 45-minute to an hour acoustic set, and we were so nervous. I almost passed out in the first song. It was Peaceful, Easy Feeling
Oh,
by
yeah.
the
It was
Eagles.
anything but.
And it's, yeah.
Yeah. A 3-chord song. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. And you just never know where you're going to end up.
Yep.
For a lot of people, it's going to open mics or going to jams, and you can learn a lot. But where do you go in London, Kentucky?
Frozen yogurt,
Frozen
obviously.
yogurt, yeah.
That's the only
Yeah.
option.
Yeah.
We were too wild, and so they kicked us out of all the coffee shops.
Oh, okay.
These frozen yogurt kids, man, they're wild.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us, what was that? Not Renfro Valley. We wanted to talk about that. We wanted to plug that show. You've got an incredible itinerary of shows coming up here, but that was the one you were talking about, Andrew, earlier.
That's on July 7th at Renfro Valley. We're going to be opening up for the Artemis Pyle Band. And for those of you who don't know, he's the original drummer for Leonard Skinner. And it's a big honor to get to play there. We're playing in the new barn. And tickets are on sale now at the Renfro Valley website. And we're trying to sell as many as we can. And it's going to be an awesome night.
Yeah.
So,
Not that far from here either. It's
No, not far.
Mount Vernon, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely worth the trip.
Oh, I think so.
Just to see you guys.
Ah,
Definitely worth the trip. Yeah. So we're going to plug that show a few more times, but be sure if you're listening in or if you're on Facebook Live, if you want to take a break from watching the video, you know, right click and open the shows into a new tab. It's you guys are booked up through September?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to stay pretty busy.
That's good. That's good. And we're really lucky to have you then.
Oh, we're
Really.
glad to be here. You guys have a
Yeah.
great space, and you're also very nice to work with. And
Oh,
it's,
thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Not too many places you can go electric.
Like no places we've been. So yeah.
That makes us feel real special.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of comments too on the Facebook video. So
Great.
I hope they're
Sound-
positive.
yeah, sounding great. Sounding great. Kathy, the station manager, saying, "Man, what a great band."
Well, thanks,
So-
Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah.
Thanks
absolutely.
for having us.
So, let's do another one, and then we'll go into how you guys really got started individually in music.
All right.
This is called Love Me Like You Do. Well, honey, I woke up in love with you. And now my mind is made up. Do. Don't know why you love me like you do. Don't know why you love me like you do. Baby, take my heart. All broken up, baby, in your hands. Ooh,
in the heat of the moment. Yeah, where you pull away. Now I don't know what to say. Yeah, you keep me guessing every day. Now I know I can never find the right words to say. Maybe you should leave right now. Just turn around and walk away. Hold on for a minute, girl. Think I've changed my mind. You can come by anytime. You're a good old friend of mine. Honey, I woke up in love with you, and now my mind is made up through and through. Don't know why you love me like you do. Don't know why you love me like you do. Don't know why you love me like you do. Don't know why you love me like you do.
Frontier live in the studio here, 100.9 WCHQ Louisville. Lots of comments on the video Facebook feed, and
Great.
I don't want to put you on the spot here, but they keep saying keep playing and singing. And I know we said 6 songs, but if you got another one, that'd be great too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Cool.
Well, thanks, guys. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, glad you're liking it.
Yeah, they're saying great voices, great performance. So, and hats off to Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The man.
the mix sounds amazing, Colin. Thanks so much.
Thank
Colin
you, Colin.
Trask, who is, I don't want to say a veteran audio engineer, but he is kind of.
Well, he's doing a
So-
great job, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We can only sound as good as you guys
Yeah.
make us sound, so you're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Well, let's start with Andrew. And, of course, Andrew and Ethan, brothers, grew up in the same home together.
Yeah.
So, sort of.
Caleb kind of did, too. I mean,
Yeah.
we live right across the street, and our moms are twin sisters.
Oh, my goodness.
So Caleb was at our house probably more than we were.
I'm
Yeah.
not quite a brother, but I'm not really a cousin either. So
You were the little brother who wasn't, right?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. So, what got you started in music? Was that a family thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, our moms, they grew up singing together, and they wrote some songs too, actually, and they have beautiful harmony. And
Wow.
we go to a church where there's a lot of a cappella singing,
Yeah.
and so we would listen to them. And I remember sitting by Mom and Marlene, their names were Charlene and Marlene, and hearing the harmony they were singing and thinking, that's cool, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's kind of in the blood, and our dad always had great music, and Caleb's dad played guitar.
He actually bought this bass before I was born. He didn't play bass. He just
Holy
bought
cow.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
So this was like always around, and I was like, nah, that's lame. It's not a guitar, but here
Yeah.
we are.
Hey, here you are. Playing a vintage P bass.
Well,
That's awesome.
I mean, it's probably like 90s. It's not, it's
Well,
nothing crazy.
90s is 20-something years old, though. Yeah,
That's
I forget.
scary.
I
It's
forget
older
how
than
young
me.
you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make me feel old, Caleb. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, I got a Fender Twin that I bought brand new in 1980. You know, so yeah, the 135 watt one. You know, and that's the benefits of growing old because the equipment you buy, you hold on to, it becomes something really cool.
Yeah, most people
Eventually.
don't hold on to it, and we hear people tell us all the time, like, I had this amp that would be worth $50,000, but I gave it away to somebody. Like, everybody swaps gear so much.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, you put things away. I knew I'd be using it someday, and I have the past few years, and along with that, I bought this Ross phase shifter that I paid $70 for, and now that same Ross phase shifter is fetching about $120.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, good thing I held on to it.
Yeah.
So,
More of the story,
And it's
kids.
been-
Hold on to your equipment.
That's
Never
right.
get rid of anything. Just don't.
That's right. That's right.
We're going to inspire a whole generation of hoarders.
So how old were you guys when you started singing and harmonizing? Because you're not that old now.
We're all
right?
3 years apart. I remember I
Yeah.
was a sophomore in high school,
Yeah.
and
I'm
So
not
it's
sure
about
where
15.
I'd be if you're a sophomore in high school.
About
It would be
15.
your
Oh.
freshman year of college.
Okay, freshman year. All right.
but we played before with some guys who went to church with us, Mike Roder and Stanley Prophet, and they used to be in a band.
Mm-hmm.
So like on Friday and Saturday nights, we'd go over to their house, and they kind of taught us how to play in a band, and
That's
because
cool.
some great music, old stuff they used to play is great music. So
Right.
yeah, we did that for years before we ever started playing together.
Yeah. Yeah. So was there a point, was there like an aha moment when the three of you sat down and started writing songs and it was like, this is going to work?
I think it was the harmony, you
Yeah.
know, like that was the always the big like catch with us, you
Yeah.
know. And I can't really speak on the writing end so much. That's more of Ethan and Andrew, but
Yeah.
I know the times when we were like, oh hey, this is cool, but you know that was when we were singing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Andrew's really good at composing from the angle. So he had, a long time ago, he had come up with little bits of stuff. He's like, this would be good in a song, you
Yeah.
know, in someone else's song. You could just stick that right in there. And
Yeah.
I was actually observing, because I'm a teacher, and I was observing before I'd got my degree, and I was looking out a window. Probably should have been watching the kids. Admittedly, looking back on that, I probably should have been observing. But I was observing this cardinal outside, and some words started coming to me. So I quickly jotted them down, stuffed them in my little bag I was carrying with me, and then I took it home and I said, Andrew, I've got something, you know.
Yeah.
And so Andrew, being as a wonderful, supportive brother that he is, he took it and he's like, okay, so how does it go? And so in a few, I guess an hour or so, the three of us, we still have the video. Our
Really?
mothers took on the phone of the three of us lined up together, all
Longer
going through.
Roads.
Yeah, I
that was
remember
the
that. I
song,
totally
Longer
remember.
Roads. Yeah, and that
Wow.
became the title track of our first album. So yeah.
Yeah. How cool is that? How cool is that? Well, first off, John, your fiance is watching.
Hey.
So he's waving hi. And we got a request. I don't know if you can jump in. I think it was on tonight's playlist. It was Come On In.
It wasn't, but we'll do it.
Okay.
If you want.
Cool.
Who requested it? I'm curious.
Diane Howe Wagers.
Oh yeah, we'll do anything for her.
Yeah, sweet. This is Frontier, live in the studio here on 100.9 WCHQ, Louisville.
Give me just a second, Diane.
This song is a funny story. I remember when I wrote this one, it was in the shower on a cold winter morning.
Yeah.
And I was in the shower thinking, man, this weather is so dreary. And then this happy tune came into my head that made me think of like summertime. And I got out of the shower and recorded it on voice memos in my phone.
Yeah.
And then here it is. Yeah.
There it is.
Come on in.
I hate to see you by yourself. Save your solitude for someone else. won't you come on in and stay? Make yourself at home. Come on in and stay in my heart. The days grow long and the nights get lonely. When it's only you without a one and only. I haven't seen you smile for a while. You're on your own. So won't you come on in and stay? Make yourself at home. Come on in and stay in my heart. I hate to see you by yourself. Save your solitude for someone else. I haven't seen you smile for a while. You're all alone. So won't you come on in and stay? Make yourself at home. Come on in and stay in my heart. Come on in. Oh, won't you come on and come on in? Oh, yeah. Come on in and stay in my heart.
Frontier from London, Kentucky, live in the studio. Yeah, it takes a while to get that tight, doesn't it?
We've been doing that one for a really long time.
Yeah.
John hasn't though, so props to John.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to go, John.
John has only been drumming with us like 4 shows now, and it's
Really?
only been like a few weeks, and he is rocking it. It's actually really intimidating. We've talked about it. He's a better musician than any of us.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's good.
Well, it's a nice attitude to have, but I'm sure John thinks it's an even playing field because that's the way I look at it. You guys, you guys rock it.
Thank you.
You really do. And I still say this. Yes, I am biased, but your albums, whenever I need, if I'm having a stressful day, I always put on your albums. Great stuff.
Thank you. That's great.
Thank you.
And you've got 2 of them out, and you've got some new songs you're writing.
Yep.
Do you have a timetable on going back in the studio, or?
We don't really, just because, John just started playing with us, and
Right.
we've got a ton of new material written, but it takes a while to, work it up and get it
Yeah.
hammered out, get a structure to it. So we're in the process of doing that, and there's really no better way to do it than to play the songs out and then
Right.
see the kind of reaction they get and see how it feels. And
Yeah.
so we're in the process of playing the new songs at our live shows and
Yeah.
just working on them bit by bit.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine says not only learn them, but live them.
Yeah.
Because and of course on the business end, studio time is by the hour, and
It
not
helps
cheap.
to know your part.
it helps to know.
That's usually
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got some, you were going to play a new one tonight, right?
Yeah, this next one we'll play a new one.
Cool. And, I'm purposely keeping the interview part kind of thin because, we're still getting a lot of requests. Let them play and sing. So, and I don't blame you guys. That's great.
Well, thank you folks up there that's listening. Well, we don't get many opportunities to come up this way, so whenever we do, we don't mind one bit to play for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
We got a comment, should go on America's Got Talent, but I think you're beyond that. You guys
Oh,
are
no.
way above that.
No.
Competitions scare us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I always frown on those kind of shows because they are there to produce a product, and it's the same product that Hollywood or Nashville or New York puts out, and you don't want to be a cookie cutter. You guys, you guys are frontier, and that's what I appreciate about you cannot pinpoint a genre for you guys, and
That's a double-edged sword sometimes.
it is a double-edged sword. Yeah. Nancy Griffith was that way. I mean, she was pop, she was country, she was folk, and record stores had a really tough time trying to slot her in somewhere, and that's the downside. But the upside is, hey, frontier, you got to hear these guys. What do they sound? You just got to hear them. They sound like frontier. So, with that, Frontier is going to play another live tune here on In the Studio, 100.9 FM LP and 100 and WCHQFM.com. Take it away, guys.
This is a new one called Knocking on Your Door. I could wait forever just to be your man again. But I hate to wait around, I'm sure you understand. I could sit and think it through, or I could come talk to you. And I know it's gonna take some time to get right, time to get you back on board. But you know I get tired of fighting this fight and waiting outside your door. Now, woman, can't you hear me? Don't you want to be near me? Won't you come and feel me anymore? Knocking on your door. Now I've done my best to try and be a patient man. Oh, what more can I do to make you understand? You make me wait here all day long while you drag it on and on. And I know it's gonna take some time to get right, time to get you back on board. But you know I get tired of fighting this fight and burning from a woman's scorn. Now, woman, can't you hear me? Don't you want to be near me? Won't you come and feel me anymore? I'm knocking on your door. So here I come knocking on your door. I can hear you pacing the hardwood floor. Not some voice for you to ignore. Knock, knock, knock on your door. Now, woman, can't you hear me? Don't you want to be near me? Won't you come and feel
100.9 FM, WCHQ, Louisville. Frontier performing live in our studio. Great tune, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's the thing. You got 2 albums, and neither one of them have a bad song on them.
Oh, thanks.
You know, you always have your hits, and then you've got your filler songs. But I love every one of your songs, and that another hit, guaranteed. I wanted to go into, the future of Frontier, because I know you guys got your careers in your, well, Ethan has his career, teacher.
Yes.
College, I guess.
Caleb, you got your career in college, and Andrew, you're in grad school.
Yeah,
now,
today was
right?
my first day of grad school. Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
So do you guys still plan on keeping this going? I mean, you're basically touring through the summer months when you're off school, when school's out and so forth, right?
Yeah, and we, even when school's in session, we try to stay busy every weekend, and we just want to keep building it bigger and bigger. It's slow but steady progress, and we're just
Takes a
trying
while.
to. Yeah, we want to get it to a point where we can do this full time because it's something we're all really passionate about, and
Yeah.
why not take a shot? You know.
Yeah, I want to read off some of the dates you got. Of course, tonight you're here. And then this coming weekend, Richmond Center Summer Concerts in Richmond, Kentucky.
That one's great. That's always
Yeah.
a ton of fun.
Yeah. Then you're going to Hazard on Saturday. Then Sunday, June 27th, it's an acoustic show at Palmer's Fresh Grill.
Yeah.
No gig too small, right?
Oh, wait, those are great. They,
Yeah.
It's a great restaurant, great food, which is always a huge plus.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot of fun to strip it down. You know,
Yeah.
It's just acoustics and a bass, and
It keeps us in check, I think. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, and it's a
you
great
feel
way
naked.
to. Yeah. Well, that's the true test of a song. You know,
Yeah.
if it sounds good with just vocals and acoustic, you know, you got a good tune. You know, I've heard bad tunes that were hits because of the production values in it, but a good song, you know, can survive on that. And then Full Moon Jam on July 5th in Bristol, Tennessee, and of course the Renfro Valley. That's the big one. Of course, you go on frontier-theband.com and find out where you can get the tickets and find out all the shows. You guys are booked up through September. Congratulations on that.
thank you.
And still booking, so that's great. And I mean, you got fans all over the place. They're blowing up the Facebook Live video.
Oh, and that's the thing. Like we're the ones that get to stand on the stage and get clapped at and receive the rewards. But
Yeah.
the reason we get to do what we do is because we have an incredible family and an amazing group of friends that just support us insanely. And I mean, they just make all this possible for us. They help us haul gear, and they come to the shows, and it's awesome. Yeah.
That's amazing to have a support system like
Yeah.
that. That is really huge, really huge.
It's been a big help for us. Like my dad, he works some Fridays. Like he finally landed a job that works like 4 days a week, and he's given up some of those Fridays off just to help us. So
Wow.
you know, it's it's just, it means so much, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really like keep. It's hard, I guess, to find like something in yourself to keep doing it. You know, like
Well,
if
you're
there's
right
nothing
there.
to like back you, I guess. And it's not that you necessarily need like people doting and drooling over you, but
Right.
you know, just it's nice to know that there are people that like what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you know, in the musician's mind too, there is always that self-doubt.
Oh,
There's
always.
always that self-doubt. It's like, am I good enough? And it's not that you're looking for people to dote over you, like Caleb said. You just need some reaffirmment. You need people around you say, yeah, you're good, and it still, you know, there's still that separation. Is he just saying that? You know, well, maybe I am good, but you know, yeah, we tend to be self-doubters too, which helps us to keep improving and and
You-
going
you-
on to the next thing.
You can take like negative stuff like that and make it positive, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's right. But that's really super that you've got a great support system like that. It reminds me, Ryan Sinclair will be my guest here in 2 weeks, and all the little pieces. And her support system is just amazing.
Yeah.
With her mom and her stepdad, Tony and Julian, and they do the balcony TV, and so they are right in the middle of that mix, and they tour Tennessee and Kentucky and nonstop, and they do it as a family, and I think that's an incredible thing, and what you guys are doing, this is incredible too, and it's been a real honor having you guys here tonight.
Well, thank you.
Like I said, I was looking forward to this ever since we gave birth to this show. I said I got to get Frontier on here, and Andrew, I think I pinged you a few months ago and said, when can we do this, man? When can we make it
And
work?
we've been looking forward to it because we told
Yeah.
John that radio show we did with you last time, we were treated so well, and it's
thank you
awesome
so
to go
much.
to a place where the person on the other end of the microphone actually listens to your music and likes your music, and
Yeah.
you are so supportive,
Oh,
and it's
thank
just
you.
awesome. We love getting to come up here.
Oh,
with you
thanks so
guys.
much. Well, we've got. Well, we still have about 7 minutes. We have to close with "Can't Slow Down" because Ethan brought his voice box, so he can't set that up and not use it. But you want to share? You were sharing a really cool story about one of your shows that got rained out right before, just to show what the downside to a festival, playing festivals. But
Yeah, we were. It was Friday.
Yeah.
We were booked to play at Concerts on the Square in Knoxville, and we'd been trying to get that gig for like 2 years, and we got it, and we were like, yes, because you have to keep knocking on doors, and we got it, and we were like, this is going to be awesome because they've got a beautiful place in downtown Knoxville, this great concrete stage, and so we hauled down there and got set up, and the weather was looking great, and we get everything together. And we get 3 songs into the set, and we're all like, this is going to be awesome. And then we turn around, and there's like this horrible dark cloud behind us.
Wow.
And the sound guy comes up, and he's like, he makes an announcement, guys, we're going to have to cancel the show. And he says, guys, get your gear off right now. And 2 minutes later, a monsoon just rolled in. And we were all soaked, like our gear was soaked. It was
Wow.
crazy, but fun, Keeps
Yeah.
things interesting.
Good story.
It's nice that you can laugh about it so soon afterward.
You can either have a great show or a great story,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, well, we come to the close of the show, unfortunately. We've got about 6 minutes left, which gives us time to do Can't Slow Down. But I'd like to remind our listeners, first off, thank you so much for your continued support of WCHQ radio and in the studio. And we have artists booked through the month of July and booking August, actually. You can contact me on the In the Studio page or email me, Gavin at WCHQFM.com, if you'd like to be a guest on the show. Next week, we have The Refractions, a young band from New Albany, so be sure to tune in then. But for now, this is Frontier performing live. I'm Gavin Castor. Peace to you all.
I woke up when the clock on the wall started ringing again. Won't let me have a moment's peace when I turn in. I never was good at telling time. It's always telling me all the places that I've got to go and when I ought to leave. And I can't slow down. Big wheels turning around. I can't slow down. It feels like I'm walking around in some kind of haze. A little makes focus on the present time and all my yesterdays. They say it's natural and living don't come cheap, but you don't get it all the time when you're working in your sleep. And I can't slow down, big wheels turning around. No, I can't slow down. Dressing up and stressing out, it's just tools of the trade to keep you going till you're broken down, and that's when you get paid. It keeps you coming back for more, but never satisfies. You get a number and you lose your name when you're working on the line. And I can't slow down, big wheels turning around. I can't slow down. Can't slow down, big wheels turning around. No, I can't slow down.
You're listening to WCHQ-LP, Louisville, Kentucky, 100.9 FM. All local, all community, all the time.